Well, FBI stumbles and Hillary Clinton slides. There you go. Now, I did really kind of expect this because they could have slammed this yo-yo a long time ago. And I actually put out a lot of videos just to draw attention to the fact that it's beyond the email scandal and the lack of security, which is freaking really big deal right there, and how that even tapped into the entire State Department and other departments in our government and the Office of Personnel Management Records. How do you think China got all the information on all the Office of Personnel Management Records, which has every detail on everybody that works in the government? Through her email server. It's way beyond that. But the other thing I always mention, see, this I know, I was pretty sure the FBI was going to let her slide, but it's like it's all political. They're going to make it look like they're doing their job. Now they can go back to doing their job like their job is, catching like teenagers downloading music illegally off of Google and tapping into their iPhones and their Androids to make sure they don't have any illegal music on there, music content, and then go after those people. Don't go after Hillary Clinton or nothing. Yeah, the other thing is, the real deal was going on, and I mentioned this many times before, and I'll actually go over some other older things too. But this, you see, I know about the Clintons before 1992, and I knew about them before 1992, before the internet was around, how corrupt these people really were. But let me just state that the Clinton Foundation, she's doing business on behalf of the Clinton Foundation uh, as when she was Secretary of State. That's why she had to have this private email server. She had to keep it off of government prying eyes. And of course, they got all the emails. Now, Vladimir Putin guarantee he has all the emails. He should release it. Now, I'm going to tell you something else out there. This is a rumor, but supposedly there's a 10-minute sex tape with her. I don't know if that's bullshit or what, but yeah, it could be. I know she's not 100% lesbian. I know that. Well, she had a child. I mean, that proves it right there, right? But I mean, I know. I don't want to say what I know because I know back when I was in the military, people were stationed in D.C. told me about some of the stuff she was doing. She wasn't all with the ladies, man. And actually, I know about stuff that was the Secret Service said because I knew an officer when I was in Marine Corps. His father used to be in the Secret Service, and he used to keep contact with people. But none of that. Not too much. Well, I guess there's a book out there about what's happening too. Now here's here's a FEMA barbed wire, and Hillary's just like, we got you all you citizens set up now. Yeah, first we got to disarm you, right? Well, that ain't gonna happen, lady. And I don't care who the hell tells me what the hell to do. I ain't gonna listen to that shit. No way in hell. Now the other thing is we do have possibly a savior out there. Now I was thinking about maybe Vlad can help us, or maybe how about Catwoman? Catwoman, a real woman to the rescue. Something that, Hillary, she can't even fit into like extra large pantsuits. Here, look at Catwoman. Catwoman's a slim trim. That's a woman right there, man. All dressed in black too. That's pretty hot. Now, let me just say, maybe Hillary could be set up. I was thinking about exploding tampon, but she's past the age for that type of stuff. But maybe about poison fish sandwich that the woman wears. That could do it anyway. And don't count on her freaking croaking because all the stuff I put out about health that you can cure pretty much any damn disease out there. She knows about it. If she croaks, that means they just decided to get rid of her. Because actually, the classic way they seem to be knocking people off is brain cancer. I don't want to mention who, but there's some famous politicians and stuff. Brain cancer, brain cancer, brain cancer, because it's pretty much incurable. She had some kind of head injury. She gets brain cancer. That means they don't want her around anymore. But then again, the problem's not solved because the system's corrupted all the way through and through. Now, this guy, Bill Clinton, man, he's this guy who's been actually our first communist president from day one. He was actually chosen to be in the Soviet American exchange program, student exchange program, hand chosen. When he was in college in Oxford days in the in the UK, he was also the leader and organizer of the Vietnam protest. And when you're always the leader and the organizer of the Vietnam protest, guess what that means? You have a KGB handler. He also made a trip to I think it was I forgot who the hell the guy was, but he was like a Marxist communist guy. I think it was the KGB handler. He made a trip to Moscow in the dead of the winter, and he said it was This is before the Berlin Wall came down. But if you look at what happened when the Berlin Wall came down and Gorbachev was around, the guy with the little funny birthmark on his head, that guy was given the keys to the Presidio, which is the oldest, most prestigious military installation on the West Coast, outside San Francisco in the hills, and he was given it for the purposes of establishing the Gorbachev USA Foundation, which is, it's a think tank mainly for environmentalism, but extreme environmentalism, which is, communism. And Clinton Global Initiative University, that's communism too, all the way. It's just another way. But communism was created by the elitists that are the power hungry money bastards. Now Hillary, I don't know, you know, it's difficult to say if she's going to freaking actually win because I think there's a lot of Democrats that are probably picking up that she's really that damn corrupt. Maybe they are. I don't know. But the thing is, I'm also afraid for the vote scam. Actually, there was a voting machine that was developed like about 15 years ago or so, and it used to give out a receipt. Catwoman would have loved this. It gave out a receipt. So in other words, when you looked at the number on the receipt, you can go online, look up that number, and make sure your vote was counted, and you could see it up there. In other words, it had an auditor trail, just like everything else you have in accounting with a paper receipt, a receipt given to somebody. Now, I forgot the damn name of the voting system we got now. I'm doing this right off the top of my head, but the voting system we got right now, the problem is, like even in California, which I already figured in California, Hillary did not win that primary. Bernie did. But, hearing that, it was actually 69% to 31% in favor of Bernie. It was a landslide for Bernie. And that does make sense because I know how the California people pretty much think. I was out there over 3.5 years. And, as a matter of fact, the county I lived in, Ross Perot won. I mean, Ross Perot might have been an insider for the Clintons, but he was putting out the independent, fight the establishment theme. And Californians don't have like establishment type people. They don't like Bush. They don't like Clintons. They especially wouldn't like Hillary. I can guarantee that right now, because she's really establishment all the way. Illinois, and all that kind of garbage stuff. But maybe what's going to come about that there might be another woman out there to defeat her, because just like with Hannibal against Rome, Rome was defeated by the double envelopment tactic, and the first time they encountered it from Hannibal, but came about Scipio Africanus years later came about that Scipio Africanus defeated Hannibal by using the same methods Hannibal did, but more skill. So maybe it's going to take a woman to freaking beat Hillary. Catwoman, for instance, right? They're playing the woman theme right now, but I don't really call her a woman. Actually, I think Hillary would be great for being in charge of a brothel. I'm really serious about that. I think she'd be freaking great. I mean, wiggle that ass, show those titties, all that kind of stuff. I think she'd be really cool for that. The big madam, she'd fit the part right away. Leading the country, nah. She could run the White House brothel. Fine with me. As far as I'm concerned, we could put somebody else up there. I don't give a damn, in the White House. Howard Stern. How about Howard Stern and Hillary runs the White House brothels? That'll be her position, and she can control the ladies and bring them out for the show. Actually, Bill would want to be president again if that was the case. Actually, in a lot of ways, I don't mind Bill. In a lot of ways, they got all his faults about. I don't like him doing drugs. I never did drugs in my life, drink or none of that shit. But I don't mind him screwing around or nothing like that. I mean, I don't really. I guess you're not supposed to do that, but it doesn't bother me about that. But what bothers me is a communist. I mean, there's a lot of people that are blatant non-communists that are staunch freedom fighters that like to screw around. I mean, you could be like, but he's a communist. That's what bugs me about this guy. I don't like this guy. And also there's fighters that screw around too. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, it's the fact that he screwed around that I don't really get on that shit too much. Monica Lewinsky, he should have had a better looking thing than that. Like, well, yeah, another one, Mondale's daughter, she was another one that died of brain cancer. Remember? Yeah, just mention that real quick, okay? Just got to watch out for those YouTube freaking algorithms. They're picking up what I'm saying. That's why I talk fast. Cause I'm like, hope they don't pick up what I'm saying all the time. Because every time they pick up what I'm saying, it's like, I'm going on the edge here, but I'm giving you the truth, and I'm not trying to upset people. That's the other thing, or bring them down, or get them like down in the dumps. But sometimes I realize, I know I can be a little facetious when I'm saying I think Hillary's going down, and Yeah, so she's going down a Numa, but I mean she's now going down and she's going down the tubes. Well, she might eventually, I think, because um, sometimes you gotta look at it like this. When you think the situation's hopeless, just keep freaking fighting, because it's like all these little things that happen all of a sudden brings about something. When you're thinking about the FBI director is going to save us, screw that. And the other thing is too, I just want to warn you about Trump. When maybe Trump's okay, right? But I'm just saying is when you have the attitude that we're going to send Trump to fucking Washington D.C., we're going to fix everything, you're giving up your power. Don't do that. What the hell you need a leader to fix everything? We don't need a Washington D.C. We hardly need them. What the hell do they do? Nothing. I'd rather send a bunch of Washington people to Washington D.C. to just, start freaking, getting rid of all the dumb laws. They could do that. They're not pass laws. Just get rid of laws, and sit on their ass and do nothing, rather than play the games they're doing right now to restrict our freedoms, which is going to be whole beast all the way. This lady is it's such a joke because she never did anything in her whole damn life, man. I mean, she was sent to school by daddy, to conservative, and she went from Barry Goldwater girl to heiress communist, inside of no time. Didn't take much to influence her. That's why I think she'd be a pretty cool madam in a freaking, brothel. She'd be cool for that shit, really. I mean, I think she'd fit right in that part, you know? She'd keep the ladies in line. And throw out the rejects and test them if they're good. Anyway, so I mean, right, yeah, you would. You like that? You like that lady? I know you would. Anyway, but as far as what's going to happen, she could win. She could win. But if she wins, it's like, well, what are you going to do, right? The thing is, like, people got to stop. Well, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen though here. See, this is the ace, and I'm also going to bring out something else, too. And I don't know if YouTube's going to like this, but, well, first off, I'm going to bring out something YouTube will be okay with. This is actually the freaking clincher that I think is actually going to cause the problem. The U.S. debt clock, 19 trillion, 339 billion right now, and 951 million. God. That's a hell of a lot of freaking integers out there. That's actually what's going to create the problem. I don't think anybody in the FBI that's playing a game for their freaking bennies right now, and the CIA that's playing their game for the bennies, pay, and retirement, is going to wind up. They're going to wind up on a short list. They're not going to get anything. They're going to be done. The whole government's going broke. Actually, that thing I cited many times before from Deagle.com about they're like a non-profit military site. They've stated that, well, they've predicted something really radical. I don't know if it's going to be that radical, but who the hell knows? But they're not a conspiracy site. They're just a non-profit military site, Deagle.com. They said that the population of the United States is going to go from 313 million down to 64.9 million. I don't know how they figure 64.9, but it's going to drop by 80% by the year 2025 due to the government collapsing, medical system collapsing, which is going to cause disease, and all the just-in-time food supply and rampant inflation happening with transportation causing rampant inflation and all the price of goods, and people in the major cities getting really whacked at most, that type of stuff. So, I mean, everybody that's in the government that's right now that's playing this game, kissing up the Clintons, they're going to probably be toast. This, I think, is an accurate prediction. I don't know if I can't believe it's 64.9 million, but I do think that the government's going to get scaled down drastically. And probably our population's going to face a time, especially the people in the major cities, it's going to be worse than the Great Depression when people don't. And people today, they don't know how to grow their own food. In today's day and age, that means there's going to be mass starvation, malnutrition, and disease, and people are going to die. A lot of them. That's really what's probably going to happen. Hate to say it. I don't know. But that's how this shit's going to fall apart more than likely. Evil systems don't last forever. That's just how it is. They think they last forever, but But that's part of the game too, because if you look at the Georgia Guidestones, the Ted Christensen, whatever the hell it was, something Mr. Christensen that paid the $20 million for the Georgia Guidestones, maintain humanity in nature, in harmony with perpetual balance in nature, keep the population below 500 million globally. That might have been Ted Turner because he fits the freaking prescription. But I'm going to tell you something here real briefly. This was an article. I'm not going to freaking show the whole thing. I can show it real quick. Failed Trump assassin Michael Stanford trained with Omar Mateen. They're saying that information has come to light that suspected assassin Michael Stephen Stanford, who recently attempted to assassinate Donald Trump at a recent Las Vegas rally, was trained by undercover FBI. Fumbling, bumbling idiots, but they're not really. They're smart. They're just on the wrong side. Agents posing as Islamic terrorists alongside with Omar Mateen and James Howell. James Wesley Howell is the guy that freaking turned himself in California. He was supposed to do the other operation on the other side of the world. And anyway, I'm going to show you a link on that down in the bottom. I'm not going to get into that. I'm just mentioning it real quick over here. So that tells you how corrupt the government is. All right. And also I can tell you that back in the day when Bill Clinton was governor, I mean, there was stuff like they had a charter set up. I forgot the damn thing. It was like supposed to be for small businesses. I forgot the name of it. It was supposed to be for some small businesses, and it was supposed to be for small businesses that could not get a loan through a conventional bank. So they were going to get a loan through this government entity that's set up that had a fund that, you know, some people that were looked like good bets, they would get a loan through them, through the government entity in Arkansas, and because they weren't qualified for a loan at the bank because maybe they're a new startup organization or something. And then, you know, they'd have a low interest rate and they would pay back the loan to the Arkansas fund, whatever it was. This was back when Bill Clinton was state governor. Well, you know what happened? All that money, none of it went out to small businesses. It all went out to Clinton's friends and associates. And none of them paid any of it back. Ha 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 ha. So that's another freaking scandal you probably never ever heard of, besides the dead bodies and the freaking Arkansas drugs coming in and all that other shit, and you know, cocaine, and underage girls and all that kind of crap. And of course, you know, he's still flying on jets, going down to Virgin Islands and doing everything he wants anyway. But you know, on the bright side, Bill Clinton's absolute living proof that, you know, HIV/AIDS is curable in every STD out there because supposedly he never likes wearing condoms. You know what I mean? You got to look at the bright side of everything. You know what I mean? YouTube, love me for this. Love me for this, YouTube. You reviewers, whatever the hell you're going to be reviewing this shit. Love me for this. Because I got to, you know, I'm not trying to upset anybody. Okay? I'm just giving you the truth on the stuff. And I'm giving you the bright side. And, you know, it's a populist thing. Oh, and I want to actually tell you something. You know, on internet and in YouTube especially, everything I know a lot of people remark about the Jewish people, it's a conspiracy, the Jewish people are behind everything. No, I don't think that. You know what? You know, I noticed some big names like Bloomberg I don't like, and Soros I never considered him Jewish. I think he was an anti-Semite. I don't like Bloomberg or nothing, right? But you know, I think that's actually a CIA disinformation freaking plot too, because usually when practically the whole internet starts blaming Jewish people on everybody, you know, you start thinking about it, you know, I mean, yeah, I mean, you could say there's like some connection someplace, but it's not them doing it. See, the internet thinks it's them doing it. And to me, I know what's going on there. I think that's a CIA disinformation thing, blaming it on the Jews. I'm pretty sure of that. And I'm being honest about that. I'm pretty damn sure of that. You know, you can yell at me and say, "Hey, you don't understand." Fucking. Well, you know what? I mean, when everybody thinks one. Yeah, and to give you some common sense, Obama is the guy that made all the deals with Iran. And you know, if you're Israeli, you're like, you know, you can't be for Obama. I mean, no way. You know. I mean, Netanyahu and Obama are at odds. I mean, so what the hell? And you look at Valerie Jarrett back in her high school yearbook. She wanted to say that she said something about affecting change in the United States through like Islamic or whatever the hell it is, Iranian or whatever the hell it is. I forgot exactly the quote. You can look it up, whatever the hell it is. You know, she said this back in her high school. It's in her high school yearbook. Valerie Jarrett. That's the one that actually gave a lot of rise to power of Obama. You know, now I know what the elite are doing. The elite are actually trying to use Islam as a tool to control people. Anything they can use to control people, fine. That's what they want. That's part of the game. Yeah, you know. That's why you can't criticize Islam on YouTube or anything, even, right? You can't say that. It's against a religion. Yeah, because you know the elite are using that to freaking control people. But you know what I know the other deal is, if you look back in history, the one thing that where it always backfired, it's like anybody try to control Islam, why not being controlled by Islam themselves, man? They think they're going to use Islam. It ain't gonna happen. No way. Well, anyway, probably the two fossil Clintons. Well, you know what? If the two fossil Clintons freaking croaked today or some crap, and it wouldn't matter too much because the way I look at it is this way: the system actually is so corrupt. But we are the system. Nobody's taking action, and people that are still for Hillary Clinton are brain dead. I mean, I heard of one person that's for Hillary Clinton I thought was very intelligent, but you know what? They were also freaking trying to get this money from the Nigerian general. And one of those Nigerian general email scams, you'd be giving them thousands of dollars, and it's like it's still trying to get the money. That was a Hillary Clinton supporter that I knew, but it's an intelligent person, very intelligent. But it's like maybe you're intelligent and naive at the same time. I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. You really got to be more street smart than anything. Now, me, obviously, I'm not telling you every damn thing I know because I can't on here. Okay, sorry. And that's why I got to put it out in this kind of flippant manner because I got to put it out a little more of an entertaining manner to get real serious about the shit because I don't want to upset people too much. And the crap's been going on a long time, but it doesn't mean it's freaking okay though. Okay, but yeah, I did want to emphasize that point. I do think the CIA, whatever the hell it is, some people, well, maybe CIA, but there's a game going on to blame the Jews on all the stuff that's going on in the world. I don't buy that, not at all. I actually think fairly highly of Jews, to tell you the truth. Now, I'm gonna go extra long in this video again. I'm gonna tell you one reason. I was gonna put it on a separate video. I'll tell you a couple reasons I wouldn't be Jewish. One, I don't like the desert. If I was gonna go to Israel, I don't like the desert. I don't even like the desert in California, man. I ain't fun. People in South California, they like the desert. Oh, the desert's so beautiful. Where the hell's the trees, man? I don't like it. I don't like the desert. I mean, like when you get more like north of L.A. along the coast, that looks nice. So, maybe some parts of Israel are cool, but, the other thing is, this is why I actually agree with that religion probably more than of the three main religions or four main religions. I agree with Judaism the most. But the other reason they would probably be pissed off at me because they're saying, what's this outsider coming in here for? And another thing is, to learn that religion, you got to learn, like, enough for 2 PhDs. I can learn everything there is about cars and welding, I don't know, machining stuff, growing crops, in the time it would take me to learn how to be a Jew. That's why these guys are in professional fields, because they're freaking smart. Just to be a real Jew, somebody that really knows their stuff, you got to be really smart. I mean, it is complimenting, but I'm telling you the truth. I'm not brown nosing about it. That religion is hard to learn. It's tougher than Catholic. I'm Catholic, but I think Catholic is kind of a load of it too. I think you're all. Actually, I like Jewish the best. Now, the other thing is where I'd piss them off. I'd say, why the hell you want to go messing around down there in the area over in the Middle East? How about establishing Israel in the Northwest Territories or something of the USA? Kick out the Bureau of Land Management, and we can go fight the Mormons or something, or Mitt Romney, instead of the Palestinians. And it'd be like Green Mountains and, Salt Lake. We could take that over. I know somebody get pissed off at me for that shit, even if you're not, you know what I mean? You Goyams are going to get pissed off at me for saying that shit. But, that's how I would look at it. And, I can tell you, this lady here, she don't like Jews. She's just playing a game, man. She plays a game. She plays any game there is to get whatever the hell she wants. I mean, that's partly where the conspiracy theories come from. But she would throw Jews under the bus in 2 seconds flat. She would never grab a rifle and go out there in the desert and fight for Israel. Not in a million years, man. Her? No way. Catwoman would. Catwoman would. Catwoman would be out there kicking some ass, not this bitch. Anyway, Catwoman would be out there with that whip freaking fixing the shit really good. So anyway, that's my thoughts on stuff. And like I bounce around a little bit on my videos, you notice. Kind of change subject a lot. But, I'm gonna throw a link down here about that other guy that tried to get Trump when he worked with Omar when he was the FBI and all. YouTube loved me for this, okay? Because, I hit the edge a lot of times, but, you're probably hearing more crap, yeah, you're hearing crap, okay? You're hearing more stuff on my channel than you are from a lot of other people, and I don't want to do it in a way that upsets you, too. That's the other thing. I want to give you the information, but I don't want you after you watch my video, I don't want you freaking, popping three corks, you know what I mean? Because one of the things you got to keep in mind is you got to keep a cool head. And You know, if we sent, the honor roll man to the freaking White House, it ain't going to be fixed all the way, even by that, because you know the deal. It's like, we the people are the ones that fix it. When you got to freaking give up your rights to freaking say, oh, I got to send this person there, they'll fix it all for me. Well, you're already punking out, like the FBI did, right? They've punked out. I don't got no respect for those guys. I don't know. Hillary's gonna probably have another Waco and Ruby Ridge. Like I think she ordered that along with Janet Reno. You remember that? That was back when she was the wife of the co-president. Remember all that stuff that was going on back then? Ruby Ridge and Waco. Yeah, all the children got killed. That was actually our biggest modern day massacre. Waco. Oh man. Actually, to tell you the truth, I got back then. Had to pay cash. I had to pay cash to certain people in the military that dropped a dime on shit. Now I wish I could put that on the freaking videos. I got that information. I had to pay cash, in the mail, in an envelope to certain people who didn't have their names to get information on really what happened. And I know a lot of it came out later on, what happened in Waco and Ruby Ridge. And but I found out about it really early on. And I can't put a lot of stuff out on here, you know what I mean? I'd like to, because I'm actually a true freedom fighter, like, for the real. I'm not trying to, like, scare people for profit, and I'm trying to keep you cool, and, at the same time, keep you aware of what's really going on, and, I don't know, you gotta be smart like Catwoman, man. You know how Catwoman works? You know how Catwoman works, right? She doesn't just show herself and say, yeah, here I am. She works in the shadows. It's stealth, snooping and pooping behind the scenes. And that's kind of like how I got to work, and that's how you got to work. We'll get them. Got to think like Catwoman. So I'll leave you with that thought. Over and out.